As of this recording, it's October 1st. I'm wearing a Kingdom Hearts shirt, so I think the best music would be this. Yeah! Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and it's that time of the month again. I gotta stop saying that because it's just wrong. A lot of my viewers are young, so they're gonna think of something else. So I gotta show off everything I picked up in September. I didn't pick up too much, but the things I did pick up are actually really cool, so hopefully you'll actually enjoy them. Oh, of course, I'm a YouTuber. If you like it, make sure you subscribe and you like the video and you ring the bell and other shit like that. With all that being said, let's show off everything that I picked up. Now, the first thing I got is actually kind of useless, but I love it nevertheless. Here, when Pokken Tournament first came out on the Wii U, here, if you got it early, like, not for pre-order, but, like, if you got it within, like, the first month or so when it first came out, here, you got a special Mewtwo card. And that unlocked Mewtwo in the game, and if you got it later, then you're kind of shit out of luck. So, used copies normally don't have it in there. Well, here I was working at our game stand, and I was looking through the cases and stuff for Pokken Tournament when we got them in, because we had like 2 copies in or something, and I saw one of them had the Shadow Mewtwo card in there, and I'm like, hey boss, you should let me steal this. And he's like, okay. I'm like, wait, really? Yeah, you can take it. Okay. So ladies and gents, I have a, I don't want to say very rare. Anyway, I don't want to say it's a very rare card, but it is something that isn't very common. But yeah, I got the Shadow Mewtwo card. But here in the Pokken Tournament for the Switch, you don't need this at all. He's already unlocked for you. So that's really cool. But now that I have this, because I did want this for a while, now I got it. Now the next few things I picked up are actually like really cute. Here in Pokemon Go, Reiko was revealed as to be the next legendary to be able to be catched or caught. I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to speak English. I am failing many English teachers right now. I'm so sorry. But anyway, you were able to catch Reiko now. And here, Reiko is my favorite legendary of all time. So, of course, I was super excited. Here, the reason why he's my favorite is because here I had a couple of dreams about him when I was a kid. And at the time, I didn't know that was his name. I didn't really know much of him. So when I finally found out more about Reiko, I started to fall in love with him because of the fact he was in my dreams. Like, he was like walking through my yard and stuff. It was so cool. So anyway, he became my favorite legendary. So when I caught him in Pokemon Go, I was a lot more excited than what a 24-year-old man should be after catching a character in a game on your phone. I know I'm a freaking man-child, but you gotta accept it and you gotta love me. If you don't, then why the hell are you watching this video? So anyway, after I caught him, of course I hop on eBay and I order this little guy. It is the absolute cutest thing. Look how tiny it is, and it's my baby. And now Entei is able to be caught in Pokemon Go. So no, I'm not gonna buy a Reiko plush. No, I don't think I'm gonna buy a Reiko plush. But when I do catch him, I probably should name him Daddy. Okay, there's a reason I'm naming him Daddy. In the 3rd movie, he's supposed to be a father figure to some little girl. I know a lot of kids are gonna freaking take it the wrong way anyway, because kids, and low-key, I'm kind of putting it that way anyway. But my point is, I got my Reiko plush, and it is the cutest thing ever. It lays like on my headboard on my bed. I'm not sure if you can see. You can see like a tiny bit of it, but he lays up there, and he watches me while I sleep. He's gotta protect me. No, I'm fucking 24. I shouldn't be fucking talking like this. But then, of course, I had that, and one of my other favorite Pokemon is Pichu. More specifically, the spiky-eared Pichu. So yes, I got super excited over this as well. And, oh my god, it's so cute. But, the plush I really want for Pokemon is actually a walking Pichu plush. Just look at this thing! It is the most absolute cutest thing ever, and I want it so bad, but I can't find one, and when you do find one, they're not cheap, but when I get one, it's gonna walk to me, and I'm gonna scream, and I'm gonna be very happy. Until then, this little guy's gonna have to do. But when I get this one, I guess I'm gonna give this one to a girlfriend or something, I don't know. Actually, I should probably be careful about giving girlfriends gifts, because I go through so many girls so quick, I hate it. Speaking of Pokemon things, here I actually just got this figure. I wasn't going to pick this up, I don't think, but I finally caved because I saw some pictures from a fellow YouTuber. By the way, shout out to Ed DeWiz. I'm not going to say that he like pressured me to buy or anything, but like after seeing some pictures that he posted on Instagram or like on his figure review, I felt like I had to because it was perfect. So I picked up the SH Figure Arts Ash. This thing is like absolutely the coolest thing. Like at first I didn't want him. I did a video reporting on him not so long ago, and I said how I didn't like the way how he was like fatter. I didn't like the accessories that he lacked. I didn't like the way his eyes looked, mainly because they weren't pure black like the original show, and Pikachu looked really bad. I was dissing on this figure a lot, but after I see him scaled with the Figma Yugi, it is the absolute like perfect figure now. Like I love this thing a lot more than I expected. So chances are I'm probably gonna be doing a figure review on this in the future. I don't know when, but I know sometime I will. I'm loving this thing a lot more than I expected, and every time I see him on my shelf next to my Yugi, it just looks absolutely perfect. So look forward to a review in the future. Now this thing I probably shouldn't have picked up, but we had it at work and I had to. Recently, I've been collecting a lot of video game soundtracks because I don't know why. I've had the Smash Brothers soundtrack from Smash 4 for the longest time. And then I picked up the Pokemon First Movie soundtrack because we had it at work. I'm getting a lot of things from work now, aren't I? I just realized that. So then I started later getting more and more soundtracks I was interested in, and I am nowhere close to being happy with my collection. I mean, there's still so many more soundtracks I want to pick up, some of them being really expensive, so it's not going to happen ever. But this is what I like right now, so I'm doing it. But at least at a casual standpoint where like, I'm not going above and beyond spending ridiculous money on these soundtracks. If I have the money and if I find them for a good price, I'll pick it up. And that's what I did with this essentially. So enough of me teasing, what did I pick up? I picked up the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack. Now here's the thing. I don't have Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation. I have it on my PC. I have the DVD and Blu-ray of Advent Children, as well as the UMD for the PSP. I'm not gonna say I'm a huge Final Fantasy VII fan, but I do like it. Like, it is really interesting. I loved the movie. I have a couple of figures, and I kind of want to get more. And honestly, there's only like 2 songs on here that appear to pop in my head, and it's songs that everybody knows anyway. It's like the battle theme and the boss theme. And they're in Smash Brothers. So of course, when he came to Smash, I got super excited. So when I saw this at work, it was only $10, and then after I bought it, I then looked up the price what they normally go for, and the prices fluctuate all the time. It's not very consistent at all, but for $10, it was a very good price because I never saw it for that cheap on eBay. And I knew probably one day I'm probably going to want to pick this up, and I knew I shouldn't have passed on it, so I pulled the trigger and I got it. Now I need to pick up Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation, specifically the Black Label version, because why not? I can get that for like 35 bucks. We have it at work right now, but as of right now, I don't really have that much cash to just splurge on a game that I'm probably never going to really play anyway, and if I do, I might as well just play it on my PC because it'll just clean up a lot better. With that being said, the game, it really shows its age, so I'm not sure how much I'm really going to enjoy it. But I'm happy that I have it as a soundtrack now because it is a pretty solid soundtrack. I think the game's only, what, 3 discs or so? It's either 3 or 4 discs, but this soundtrack is 4 discs. And so if the game is only 3, but this is 4, that makes no sense. They really compressed the shit out of that then. But anyway, I'm happy to have this. I'm super happy that I finally got this in my collection. And of course, like as soon as I got it, I showed it to my friend Justin because he's more of a Final Fantasy VII fan than I am, because he actually introduced me to Final Fantasy VII. So when I showed it to him, I'm like, dude, this is fucking awesome. And he was really ecstatic for me too. Now my camera's trying to focus on the poster in the background. It's just like a little square, like, what the hell? Oh, wait, now it's trying to follow my hand? What the hell? The Rebel T6i is a very interesting camera. So let's move on. And if for some reason you were noticing in the background and you actually have a good eye, yes, I have the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. I was super ecstatic when this thing got announced. I was at work, and when pre-orders went up, I got very angry. In fact, I actually did a video talking about how angry I was when I couldn't get it, so you can click the card right there, and it's a great video. I recommend watching it. Way to like pretty much boost my ego. It's a great video. You should watch it. If I enjoy it, then you should too. But anyway, I was super ecstatic for this because I do have the NES Classic as well, as you could probably see. So trying to get my hands on this, of course, I had to do whatever I could to get this. I paid $80 for this, so no scalper prices. In fact, I actually woke up at 4 a.m. that Friday morning, got at Target at 5 o'clock, but there were people there before me, but nobody started the line because it was really cold outside. So I said, fuck that noise, I am gonna walk right in front of the store, I am gonna start this line, because I didn't want to sit in my car, because my car wasn't facing Target, so I couldn't see if anybody was gonna start the line. But here, actually, there was plenty of them out there. At GameStop, they only had like 10, which kind of sucks. But at Target, they had almost 50. I think they said 48. And I was talking to this one guy. He seems really cool. All morning, I was talking to him. And then I had more people behind me and stuff. But I was talking to a few of them because one of them I actually talk to every now and again at where I work. But when we were walking to the electronics department, I was like telling the guy I was talking to throughout the whole morning, I'm like, man, I feel like a leader. This is very empowering. And then he was laughing. And I hear some girl behind me after we see the guy cut. We're like, rude. And here when we were on our way walking to the electric department. And then when I see the guy cut to be the first guy in line, we were all like pissed off about it. And I'm like, attack my minions. I freaking love it. Like, sometimes I stroke my ego too much. It's hilarious. But anyway, I'm happy that I got a Super Nintendo Classic. And here apparently the motherboard is exactly the same on this thing. So if they hacked the NES Classic, it's only a matter of time until they hack this one. I'm giving it less than 2 weeks. And when they do that, I'm going to add my childhood games on there. I already have a list ready, and I hope that's all the games I had on there. So anyway, yeah, I love this thing. This thing is so freaking cool. And I'm going to be trying to stream Super Mario World on this thing, so look forward to that. And the last thing I picked up for this month is another iPhone! Here at work, okay, not at the game stand, but at the winery that I work at. Here there are 2 buckets, okay? One bucket is to sanitize the bottles. Then there's another bucket on the floor that collects all the water that's dripping from the bottles and just falls on the floor. It's either lands in that bucket or it lands on my shoes, and I don't want it to land on my shoes. Because it's just going to wear out my shoes super quick, and I don't want to buy shoes every couple of months, you know? So I listen to music or listen to podcasts while I'm bottling wine, because it's an all-day thing. It's very boring. I don't have to really communicate with anybody. And sometimes they'll just tell me, oh, I'll turn on a pump or whatever, but that's about it. They'll just wave at me. So anyway, I listen to music and stuff. Here I go to pull my phone out of my pocket. And of course, this is a somewhat big phone. It's not the Plus, but it's bigger than my 5S, so it fills up my whole pocket. So I pull it out, but I'm like pulling it by the headphone jack a little bit so I can get a better grip of the phone when I pull it out. Next thing you know, my phone falls out of my pocket and falls right into the bucket of water, collecting all the excess water. I was beyond pissed. So I sat it outside in the sun and then threw it in rice. The thing's wrong with it now is the lock button doesn't work, and it was working for a little bit, but now it just doesn't work. And the one switch where it makes it so it's only in vibrate or has it like loud and stuff, that's just set to vibrate forever no matter how much you hit the switch. But normally like all those aren't very big problems, but the one thing that made it so I couldn't use the phone anymore is the fact that it kept restarting by itself over and over and over, like it was in a continuous loop until I plugged it back in, and then it'd be good for a few hours. Unless I had like a whole bunch of apps on or something, I don't know. So unfortunately, I had to dish out $200 to get an iPhone 6 again. And now my car battery is taking a shit, and I'm supposed to go to my friend's wedding. So I can't afford to take off work anymore, so that freaking sucks. Actually, I forgot one thing to show you guys. I'm sorry. This is a small investment that I originally made for the channel, but it turns out it's not going to be very good. But it's very great for my Instagram, and that is this little photo light box. Here, I saw this advertised on Facebook, but the one they were advertising was much bigger. It actually wasn't the one that they were selling themselves, so that's fucking false advertising right there. But the one they were advertising, I do want to get, but it's like super expensive because you gotta buy a whole bunch of parts and stuff. But anyway, it's a little photo booth thing, so it's good for stuff like Figma and SH Figure Arts to an extent, but these corners do peek out though, so you gotta be very careful. There's also a black dropout that you can get. It's like it comes with it, but I just stick with the white one because I just think it looks good. And here you plug in a USB cord right up here, and it has built-in lights, and it lights it up so well. So if you saw my Instagram, if you're not following me on there, if you like figures, you would love it. The pictures I've done with my Ash and my Yugi figures, I've done those in this little backdrop right here, and it's freaking amazing. I love the lighting that it gives off. I love the background. It works so well. I just wish it was a little bit bigger. And it's magnetic and everything, so it like folds together too. Like, it's awesome. It just sucks that this little guy is 30 bucks. But I do want to get the bigger one, but I don't have the money for that right now. And if I do end up getting the bigger one, I would probably use that as my figure review thing, because this one is just too small to do it. And I was hoping it would be the big one that they were advertising, and the fact that that wasn't it, like, irritates me. But doing, like, pictures for Instagram on certain figures, this will get the job done probably about 80% of the time. That is if you want to do plain and boring pictures, but if you want to take them outside, by all means. Ooh, I should do that with my ash. Take it outside. Oh, man. Oh, fuck, I should do that. So now that's everything that I picked up this month. Let me know in the comments what do you think is the coolest thing I picked up. A lot of you are probably going to say the Super Nintendo Classic. But for those who are freaking out because they can't get one right now, don't worry. You're going to be able to get one. Just keep searching. And I was watching Stone Fox Media, by the way, and he was bitching about how people can't find the Nintendo Switch. I see them every time I go out. If you're really struggling to get a Switch, it shouldn't be that hard. I see them all the time. I almost want to buy some just to help out people, but I don't know how it is like around the world. Like, it could be easy for other people, but I don't know. I think this guy was just hating on Nintendo in that video. But anyway, I'm happy with everything I picked up this month. So next month, what am I picking up? I have no freaking idea. Probably not a lot of candy. I should probably avoid candy right now. I'm a little fat. Trying to lose, like, I don't know how many pounds. Probably at least another 5 pounds. And I'm hitting a plateau because, like, I am cutting out, like, a lot of sugar that I normally used to take in. And I'm doing 4-mile walks every few nights. Like, I'm trying. I really am. But anyway, that's it for this video, guys. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description, there's my social medias. Again, if you like figures, you'll love my Instagram, so follow that. I love you guys so much, and I guess I will see y'all in the next one. Peace, peace.